Oh my God. I had a sweatshirt on. I should take my hair down. I had a sweatshirt on. I just pulled it over my head. I want to talk to you guys briefly. I should probably leave that on. Um, I should probably put that back on. Hey, hey. Ooh, ooh. So, you paused it to come here? Good. Because I want to talk about that real quick too. And crafty. You know how I did a video say they didn't want it up? I think it's because I kind of, not because I gave them a hard time or like whatever. It was more like my fucking gut hurt. And you're not going to put that video up? Like, what did I do that for? You know? And what they did, so I kind of went in and rewatched a little of it. And what they did is they took off 40 something minutes. I forget how many minutes they took off. 40 something for sure. I don't know if it was like 47, 48. But I will tell you, for some of you, okay, this is the crazy part. I was using these cards and I was starting to talk about the trigger and I was breaking down the trigger, which is the whole message pretty much of that message. Okay. Is what I really wanted you to take from it, because I think one person was like, I only watched an hour and I stopped because I'm so sick of XYZ. No shit. But she really should have watched the end of it, because the end of it is what's happening. Okay. So as I was doing this and as I was talking to you, so here's the deal. Before I even say that, when I went back and watched, I can tell what parts were getting cut off. Those who saw the video will see what parts were cut off too. They did it perfectly. They perfectly edited that video. I don't even know how to edit a FM video. There are certain parts where certain minutes got cut out and it jumped right into another scenario. Like, Spirit's awesome when it comes to that. What should be said, what shouldn't be said. Like, it's so freaking nuts. They left out 40 something minutes. And at the end of the video, these were the last cards. But I will tell you, I was talking to you guys, explaining things as you guys were going back and forth with these cards. And that's when it cut it out. So it's like you guys were still talking to me for a half hour. That's the part that's like, what? Because I don't even know if you guys remember talking to me for that half hour, because it cuts it off there. And I was talking to you guys, but whomever I was still talking to, we weren't. So, oh, can you hear me? It's frozen? I don't look frozen. What? Can you hear me? Can you see me talking? Who can hear me? If you can hear me, hit the like button. Holy shit, what is happening? You can hear me now. I wonder what part they cut. Did you guys hear me saying that we were talking in the ethers? No, because they just did it again. They just did it again. This is so strange. I don't even understand what's happening. What? I'm going to attempt to tell you again. When I was using these cards, okay, I was still talking to some of you in the video, and I was kind of at the end, and we were communicating like this. They cut it off after these cards. Can you still hear me? Someone said I'm buffering. It keeps cutting out. Well, okay. We were still talking. But whomever I was talking to, we weren't talking live. Like we were talking in another realm, ethers, voids. I don't know how that happened. I think it was the first time it's ever happened. I don't know how to really explain that. So I'm not going to try because they'll probably just shut it down anyway because I can kind of feel something happening. So, anywho, I just hope those who watch the video don't get frustrated because they're going to be like, oh, certain things got cut off, or I didn't hear the message, or I don't know. I feel like they edited it great. Okay. But what I'm saying is, I don't know if you're understanding. A lot of people thought I was at the end of the video when I was reading these cards. I was, after this cards, I drew other cards. And I was still talking to you guys. Does that make sense? Because some of you weren't, after these cards, you weren't able to see anything else. But there was still plenty of you that I was still talking to. See what I'm saying? So I can't explain that part. But what's important is that you kind of understand that at the end of the day, no matter how you feel as the feminine, ask them whatever they're doing, as the feminine, just remember it's a trigger. Okay. And don't let triggers get the best of you. Okay. I know the video was almost 4 hours. You know what I mean? Hold on, I got to reply to that text. Something minutes. So let's do a new read though. Let's do a new read. Okay. whatever is triggering you, just please remember it's a trigger. So for those who are like really upset, just know it, you're going to come out of it real soon. Okay? It's not something you have to sit with. If you can accept what's happening and that there's certain things that need to be broken, like certain things when it comes to family or upbringing or how you were raised or how you felt, like anything like that, acknowledge it, accept it, move forward. Okay? So I really don't want to talk about it too much because it was heavy and I want to get out of it. Okay? So work on what needs to be worked on. So break, because she's like, I'm worried about my daughter. So break what needs to be broken. That's another reason why I decide to stay on a spiritual path, because I know, I watched a video once explaining that type of conditioning when it comes to family, hereditary upbringing, okay? Chances are if your parents were divorced, the parents before that were divorced, or before that, if there's alcoholism, it runs in the family. It's not even a hereditary thing. People think it's hereditary. It's not hereditary. It's linked. Who's going to break it? You know what I mean? It's stuff like that, which is one of the reasons why I started my app, because I wanted to break the cycle. Someone has to break the cycle. I broke it, yeah. But one of my children or my children's children will have to break that cycle. And just because they're spiritual, I can teach them certain ways, doesn't mean that the person they're with, you know, I don't know their karma necessarily. They're still going to get faced with their karma. So they could still have a tough scenario. And it might even be harder for my children because they're going to want to stay in something like that and not have a broken marriage. But at the same time, it could be their karma to break their own karma. It's like a fucking cycle. But like, I did the best that I could do so that wouldn't happen. But there's a good chance that my children's children, somebody has to really, I disconnected. Can you hear me now though? Okay. There's so many truths, okay, that need to come out and be exposed. And it can only be done in certain energy, okay? It can only be done at certain times. Today's just heavy. I do feel a little better. You know what I mean? I do feel a little better, for sure. A trigger is a trigger. But I think what is most important, and I keep saying it, guys, and I'm stressing it to you, okay, is that your trigger is the problem right now. He's not the problem. You're not the problem. It's the trigger. Okay? So all these people are like, no, he's the problem, or I'm the problem. No. Okay? The problem is conditioning, a family cycle. Okay? That type of stuff, okay? What you can own up to. Um, it's stuff like that. Are you guys still with me? Because it just flickered again. Okay. So, you're not the problem. He's not the problem. So, let's get out of that, okay? Because that shit was way too heavy. My gut still hurts like I did a fucking ab workout, okay? Like heart-wrenching soul messages I delivered, and it was fucking painful. But it's so deep, it's rooted in your gut. Work on your sacral chakras too, okay? 3 of Pence, 7 of Pence, 9 of Wands. There is a certain contract coming in some type of teamwork contract, new job, new people, new friends. I almost said new city. They want you to focus and invest your time in that. And definitely play with magic. The 9 of Wands here is not giving up, but not in this deck. In this deck, what it's saying is whatever it is that you're going to endure, it's going to be magical, but it's going to be it's going to be an investment. I'll put it that way. Magical. My obsidian's in front of that obsidian. I know you guys are like, oh, it doesn't feel magical. Not like that, okay? Like magical as in like spiritual. Like what you're feeling right now doesn't feel magical, guys, because of pain. Things you've endured, things you haven't let go of, blockages, things you weren't aware of. And now you're being triggered, okay? So you can't look at it as a negative thing. Like if you want to be able to push through this, you have to push through and be positive. It doesn't give a flying rat's ass if you were blocked or if this person didn't do this or if this person didn't cater to you then. It wasn't ever about them. It was always about you. So if you're going to let a trigger get the best of you because of whatever it is you're going to allow to get the best of you, then that's on you. I'm here to guide you and show you the ways and let you guys know what situation you guys are in. It's no one's fault. It's kind of only your own fault for allowing certain energy to get the best of you, but you didn't know how to handle it. But now you do. And these triggers that are going to come your way are going to be heavy. And you're going to feel like you want to give up, and you're going to feel like you're not loved, and you're going to feel like however it is you're going to feel. This test will not be an easy test. So don't give up. Stay in your power. On how do you handle a trigger a right way? It's just like just staying positive and positive affirmations and whatever you're feeling. Because the trigger that's about to come is a trigger of it's love. And you're going to feel like you're not loved. And it's not just going to be from like that one person that you were seeking love from. It's deep rooted. And when it's deep rooted like that, that comes from family cycles. So just tell yourself you are loved, that you are amazing, and that, whatever it is you need to tell yourself. Just don't stay in it for too long. It's a trigger. It's a make it or break it. It's here to trigger your lower self. You know what I mean? So just stay in your higher self and you should be okay. It really just depends deep rooted it is and how you can look at something, because if you're not going to look at something in positivity, you're going to have a shit ton of shadow work to do. And you guys have already done a lot of shadow work. No, you don't want to repeat that, right? So if you're going to let negativity get the best of you, if you're going to let emotion get the best of you, you're going to let doubt get the best of you, you're going to have to repeat shadow work. Heck no. Okay. So you got to stay optimistic. It's not about anybody else at this time except for you. And when this person does come in, there is still stuff that's got to be triggered, and you just got to be honest with each other. Honest, faithful, vulnerable. You got to trust. You got to trust that you can be this way with that person. You, at the end of the day, you guys are going to have the best, most meaningful connection that so many people in this lifetime on this earth won't ever get. Okay. So remember that. Tell yourself that when it's all said and done. When this person comes back, or whatever direction you go in. For those that you know that this is definitely your person and they're definitely going to come back eventually, you know what I mean? You guys will have an amazing life together. You might have your ups and downs, and you have to deal with energy, and you have to learn to compromise, but I'm telling you, like, the love that you guys will feel for each other, the way you guys will be able to express to each other, the fun that you guys will just have in life in general, the things that you'll be able to create, you'll just become more powerful. And in all aspects. It doesn't just have to be spiritual. Powerful in just in who you are and how you present yourself to your children, if you have children, or your friends. It's just a role model. Like, it's just stuff like that. Like, you're going to be really happy. Not too many people have relationships like that. Like, I think about my 22-year relationship, and I'm like, there's no way I would have had that type of love in that situationship, because I didn't do shadow work. I allowed XYZ. Like, there's no fucking way. Staying positive is a huge challenge. You know? Happy birthday. So just tell yourself that you're loved and things are going to get better. It's not you tricking yourself or fooling yourself. It's the reality. Okay? So tell me about the 3 of Pentacles. There is some type of contracts here. It's here. Okay? You're going to have to put the effort in. You're going to have to invest time. It's going to take time. Don't give up, because it might be what you got the Sun. You're going to get that clarity you're seeking soon. You're going to be illuminated when it comes to something. You're going to be on fire. It's just that don't give up energy. Whatever you're going to invest into, you're going to have to invest. It's not going to be a normal relationship, ladies and gents. You're going to have to invest. Say you're super busy, you're a modern woman, you work, you own your own business, or a man, however it works for you. You're super busy. You have to find time. You have to be able to acknowledge if somebody misses you, if somebody needs more of your time. You have to be able to realize there's something going on with your child. You have to be able to realize there's something going on in the relationship. But hopefully you don't even let it get to that point. Hopefully the way you invest this time around, it's a whole new ball game. It won't ever be like any relationship you've ever had. Trust me, it can't be, because it's not that type of relationship. So you got the Knight of Pentacles. You might be dealing with a Leo, or somebody, this person that you are dealing with are in Leo energy, or Capricorn, Virgo. But to me, it's like, or it's this gentleman about to invest time. Well, it's like a message. Hold on. So it's like the masculine. I didn't realize this. Every picture is masculine. And it's the Knight of Pentacles. So you might switch into masculine energy, or it's the masculine, but like wanting to give clarity, wanting to work together, wanting to invest. Maybe the person you're dealing with, just, you don't know how they were raised. You don't know how their mother made them feel, or their father made them feel, whether you're masculine or feminine. Like, maybe you don't realize the fight that this person has had their whole entire life, and it's like the King of Swords, like they're tired as fuck too. It's like they have this persona because of their own karma, whether it's real, fake, it doesn't matter. It's their character. But they're tired. They do want all this, but I think what people don't understand, whether you're masculine or feminine, nobody truly knows what somebody's life is like. Even if you fucking were their sibling, you still don't understand how mentally and physically they felt, or how they feel. This person is tired, no matter who it is, but they don't want to give up. They don't want to give up, but it's like it's just hard. It's hard. I think this person thinks nobody will ever understand them. Nobody will ever understand why I wanted to do this. But it's like, again, not your problem until this person comes in, and then it's your problem, and then you guys figure it out together. So it's not a problem. But like, I feel like somebody here too needs to break conditioning too. It's like, you just don't know what somebody's been through. It's like, you just don't. You think you know your friends so well, your parents. There's so much shit that people just, they really don't fucking know. You still got that one best friend that you tell everything to, but at the end of the day, she doesn't feel how you feel. And some people have the capability of expression, and some people do not. Not when it comes to this. And it's just a lesson. They're harsh lessons that you've endured, that they've endured. It's just really what it is. I think everyone wants to put blame on certain people or certain circumstances, and it's like, at the end of the day, it's like, I just want you guys to get the bigger message. It doesn't matter how you got to where you're at now. It's a matter of creating new, with or without, because you've done the work. You've done the shadow work. You're in the midst of wrapping up the shadow work. Stuff that triggers you, that has to do with family conditioning, cycles, your own karma. It's like the two of you went through your own damn shit. but you both have very different stories. Just because I've been telling this story the whole time and been teaching it the whole time doesn't mean that my other half doesn't have a completely different fucking story. Everybody has a different outlook, right? It doesn't make their story right or their story wrong, because it's at the end of the day, it's how they felt. Like at the end of the day, it's how I feel. At the end of the day, it's how you feel. Okay, so it's like, you've come to, it's like, it's like the same fucking story, and it's not frustrating. Like, oh, is it gonna come in? That I don't give a fuck about that anymore when it comes to you guys. What I care about is you getting out of this. What I need you to see is that it's not about him or her. It's about you at the end of the day, and how freaking far you've come to push through, to persevere, to keep going. You know, like if this person comes in for you guys, great. It's going to be hard, but it's going to be amazing. If they don't, it's okay too. They will always find their way back. It might not just be this chapter. It really just depends on who you are. But it was never about this person. This journey is not about this other person. It's about you. It's not about who's right, who's wrong. You got to be willing to see both sides of the situation. You got to be able to really understand. You got to be able to communicate. You got to be able to express. You got to be able to have enough integrity to talk about it, to speak about it, to teach other people about it. It's like, here I am, love guru, relationship therapist. Like, I can tell you exactly where you're at in your relationship and how to fix it so you guys can live happily. And it's so easy for me to do that because I have the knowledge and I know what works. It's the people that don't grasp it or don't want to take other people's advice. You know what I mean? Like, it's such simple steps, but it's so hard to break simple. There's too much conditioning. The world's too fucked up. The way we were taught, what people said, you know, respecting elders, and they all have their opinion. It's like you respect the elders, and it's like you got to think every elder comes from a different generation, but it gets passed down and passed down. And it's like, it doesn't make it right. It just means, I don't know. It's like people just want the respect to keep telling the same story, but it's like every generation is different. Break the fucking story, you know? So it's tough. Invest time in you, and just, I guess, watch what like rolls around. You know what I mean? Like it's like, this is like fucking mumbo jumbo. Like I don't even want to see that shit on my board. All right. So it's like, I got to stop breaking it down differently now. You know what I mean? Like, it's not about, see what I'm saying? It's not about what the fuck he did or what the fuck you did or how it all went down. It doesn't fucking matter. At the end of the day, did you learn your fucking lesson? Okay? You guys are so fucking close to repeating shadow work. It's like, don't do it. Don't do it. You've learned way too much to backtrack. Okay? Like, I'm not kidding. It's like, all that fucking matters right now is the present fucking moment. Where you're at now. What you're communicating. Who you're communicating to. How are you absorbing communication? You know what I mean? Like, it's like, I feel you guys' frustration, and it's like, some people will understand that and some people won't. Some of your people that you're dealing with won't ever come in because they fucking feel emasculated. That's not your problem. Or feminine can be humiliated. Still not your problem. At the end of the day, you worry about you. And when the other person is presented to you, then that's when you take things into consideration. You don't have to be an ass. You don't have to not acknowledge somebody. It's not about that. It's how you feel. So I don't want nobody stepping back into shadow work. You shouldn't have to. So when I tell you there's triggers coming your way, do not let them get the best of you. Figure out a way to tell yourself whatever it is. Like, I think it's hard for me too, because it's like, I want to just give you the fucking answers and I can't. They shut me down real quick. And just because I know the answers doesn't mean I'm the perfect person. Okay? I still have to, even though I have the correct answers, does not mean I do it the right way. Trust me, I'm that person that makes that mistake 4 fucking times. And then I'm like, ding dong. Okay? Let's fucking not play ding dong. All right? Like, let's ditch the ding dong. Ding dong ditch. Like, let's not do that. Okay? So, guys, you've come too far. And I'm trying to wrap this up as smoothly as I can and get you to understand as smoothly as I can get you to understand without trying to get frustrated. Because it's like I see comments where it's like, and it's like I gotta stop looking at the comments, but it's like you see certain stuff and they're like, but he made me feel like I wasn't good enough. He didn't make you feel that way. He's not the only one that made you fucking feel that way. Your 3 fucking boyfriends before this one made you fucking feel that way. And you didn't acknowledge it then. So now because you didn't acknowledge it, the next boyfriend gets a dose of it. The next boyfriend gets a dose of it. The next boyfriend gets a dose of it. And next thing you know, you're blaming this fucking one for something he didn't even fucking do. You gotta acknowledge that this shit that happens in your life has nothing to do with the fucking runner or the chaser. Nothing. It's your own fucking inner work. Okay? I got a fucking headache. I just don't want to see anybody backtrack. And if it happens, it happens. I love you guys. I'm not mad at you. I feel all different emotions. My hurts because I've been speaking from my soul. And I know some people won't understand. They won't get it. They won't grow. But it's not, I can't fucking help everyone. Okay? And I know I can't help everyone. But the ones that can truly understand what I'm saying and you get it and you feel it in your soul, you've made it. You've succeeded. And it's still going to be hard for you, but you did it. So don't let little shit get the best of you. And some of you got friends, best friends, and they don't want to see you with that person. Why? Because they hurt you. And you value your friend's opinion, but at the end of the day, they're not in bed with you. So it's like, you got to have the balls to your best friend too, to be like, listen, I'm choosing to do this again. And when I do, I'm going to do it differently. I don't want any of your negativity. I don't want shit. I understand what you're saying to me. But at the end of the day, your best friend, they haven't broke their fucking cycles either. So it's like you're getting advice from somebody who hasn't even addressed their own. You know what I'm saying? Just because they wouldn't put themselves in that situation. Well, then they came into this world with different fucking karma. You know what you see? So it's like some of you have to drop certain friends. Some of you have to drop certain people. Some of you have to drop even family members. It's not always just a lover. You got to look outside the box. You got to acknowledge every situation in your life so you can get to the next fucking step. Someone don't like it, too fucking bad. Because at the end of the day, you're not in fucking bed with me. And then when you work on it, some of you will have to isolate yourselves from your friends. because you wouldn't get nowhere. You would stay in the same cycle. And if your friends truly love you for who you are and they're a true friend, they're going to respect what you have to say to them. They might not like it, but they will accept it. And if they can't accept it, that's not the friend you need around you and this other person when you're just trying to better your fucking life. Because you've learned, and you fucking learned the hard way. How many times were you fucking stung? So, don't you want to enjoy your honey? Don't you want to enjoy all the work that you put into yourself to enjoy your life? Enjoy the fruits of your hard fucking work? So I don't know when we're going to switch this story over, but we're going to soon. We're in the midst of it. But I don't want to keep seeing the same stuff or have to repeat the same lessons over and over. Well, the lessons will always, I'm going to have to do that. We're always learning lessons, okay? But like, I hurt my gut today trying to get you to see certain stuff. And it's like, that's how much I'm over this. That is gut wrenching. Okay. And we've learned, especially for those who have been with me for a long time, we've learned this lesson already. So let's not step into the shadow side again, because you're going to consistently be triggered. And they're not going to let me keep repeating the same thing. They'll just shut me down. I can't keep giving you the same answers. I've been giving you the same answers off and on in different ways for the last year. Okay, so it's like, it's time for us to move forward with or without. Because at the end of the day, you've done so much work that is, you should be looking forward to whatever's next anyway. Okay, so it's like, fuck, man. I need you guys to have that type of passion in your life again, where your gut hurts because of expression. I want you to be that passionate about something or someone or whatever the case may be. But it got to be done the right way. Well, because I probably have said it plenty of times. You were probably in a lot of my past lives too. She's like, sorry, Court. Some of the things you've been saying is like deja vu. You fucking think? And I guarantee some of that deja vu is not even from me. It's from deja vu because somebody else has already been trying to teach you this. Some of that deja vu is not even linked to me. So the only way to move forward is to step out of what certain things are holding you back. So it's time to step out of it. Okay? We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out as we go. But I love you guys. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Okay? I love you so much. Get some rest. I'll see you in the morning. Okay? I love you.